Okay, daily living, right? But let's start with this text. 2 Chronicles 16:12. And in the 39th year of his reign, Asa became diseased in his feet, and his malady was severe. Yet in his disease, he did not seek the Lord, but physician. It kind of bothered me. What's wrong with that, looking a physician when you are sick, right? Is that appropriate to do, to seek the physician? It is appropriate. But the thing is, he didn't ask the Lord. King Asa, king of Judah, is a good king, right? He destroyed the idol. He bring people back to worship the Lord. So he's a really good king. It is not like the other king turned their back on God, but he's a really, really good king. So it come to my mind, what is that? He didn't seek the Lord, but the physician. He's a good king. He knows the Lord. He worshiped the Lord. He bring people to know the Lord. But what does it mean? So it come to my mind, could it be that he lives not like a lifestyle, not according to God's will? Because the Bible doesn't explain what kind of disease they know his condition, the severe on his feet. But I can just theorize. Probably heart failure caused edema, or maybe kidney disease, or gout, cannot walk, severe gout. There are so many possibilities. Probably cellulitis because of infection due to diabetes. There's so many conditions. And also I theorize that this is a kind of lifestyle disease. If it is true or one of these choice, the gout, the edema, the heart failure, the kidney disease, something like that. This is a kind of lifestyle. So could it be that he threw his heart to worship the Lord, but not with his lifestyle? Could it be? So I ask myself, then what do we do? Then we have to seek the Lord first in everything and ask his guidance. Probably the doctor that he went to, the doctor that used the worldly standard, not leading him to know that God is the healer. So he just trust this doctor with his own wisdom, his own knowledge, not based on what God told him to do. So I start with Matthew 6:33, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. If you seek the Lord, the Lord will heal you. Because it say, all these things shall be added to you, even your health. If you seek His guidance, if you seek His wisdom, He will guide you what to do every day in your life, right? Because He's the great physician. He's the healer. Why you depend on the worldly doctor? I'm not saying don't go to the doctor. That is not my purpose. But you put the great physician first. What to do? Okay. So what is the word from the great physician in the beginning? Genesis 1:29. And God says, see, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed, to you it shall be for food. So could be King Asa practice this or no? Probably he didn't practice this. And another text. He causes the grass to grow for the cattle and vegetation for the service of man, that he may bring forth food from the earth. Why this is so important to us? Let's look deeper, okay? I want to bring you back to a very basic science when we were in a middle school. Photosynthesis, right? The power is in the plant. What is the reaction in the photosynthesis? I don't have the pointer, but you can read the carbon dioxide and water in the leaf, where the chlorophyll in the plant will produce glucose, which is food, right? And the oxygen that we breathe. Let's dissect one by one. Water. Who is the living water? Jesus is the living water. Who is the light of the world? Jesus is the life of the world. Glucose, bread, carbohydrate. Who is the bread? Jesus is the bread of life. And the oxygen, the breath. Who is the breath of life? Jesus. Look at the carbon dioxide. Where is the carbon dioxide? The thing that we blow out that we don't need it. It's a trash. We put it outside. Who take out all the thing that trash in our life? Jesus. What is the basic thing that really need in life? We need water. Can you live without water? Light. There is no sunshine. We cannot survive. The plant cannot survive. Plant cannot survive. We cannot have food. Can you stay without food, nutrient? Maybe you can stay for 30 days, 40 days, but after that, you perish without nutrient. Can you stop breathing? How many minutes can you stop breathing? Maybe seconds. All these components, right? That is the very basic life. Doesn't it present Jesus in it? So He is the food every single day. We eat, we breathe, we drink, we get the sunshine. everything, it is associated with Him as our Creator. Isn't that beautiful? And where does it happen? Is it happen in the animals or in the plant? It happens in the plant. So this concept that I want you to know, that why God say this is the food that you need to eat in the beginning. Okay? So if we understand this concept, we will easily pick what we need for our body. You don't have to go to look to the Hollywood star, what they say about health, about food, about diet, about blah, blah. If we stick to the Word of God, you will know. I think this is the direction we need to ask every day. This is my just opinion. Maybe this is King Asa failed to do, to ask direction from the Lord. Why he depends on the position of the world. I'm not saying it, but the Bible says so. He didn't seek the Lord. He seek the position. It means he depends on the knowledge of the world, not the wisdom from the Lord. So let's look deeper, okay? We already see the plant. God manifests his love through all the creation, through our food every day. So let's look the chloroplast. Chloroplast is the liquid in the plant. Like if you see this green color, that is chlorophyll. So the liquid, inside it, like the blood of the plant, they call it chloroplast. So every green thing outside, every plant, the green color has chlorophyll, and they have the blood, they call it chloroplast. So did you see like a donut inside it? And compared to, look at the red blood cell of human. Just like that. If you put side to side, are they similar? Yes. In fact, the chemistry of chloroplast and our red blood cell exactly the same, except the center of the chloroplast, the green color, is magnesium, and the center of the red blood cell is iron. So when you take you make your own vegetable juice, like you infuse yourself with infused blood. And all the nutrient. You know what? The most supplement prescribed in US, maybe around the world, is magnesium. Magnesium can help you constipation. Magnesium help you hypertension. Magnesium help you cramping. Especially for the ladies who get their period every month, you feel cramping, take magnesium. That give you, that helps relax your muscle. So that is a power in the chlorophyll, like blood, human blood. Let's look a little science here, huh? It's fun to learn science, right? Related to our health. This is a human cell, the picture of the human cell. Again, when you were in a middle school, they teach you this is the mitochondria, this is the organelle, this is chromatin, and so on. I'm not looking for the detail of these cells, but I want you to pay attention to the red color. They call it mitochondria. Very important. Mitochondria is, they call it also the powerhouse. Why they call it the powerhouse? Let's look, okay? So when you just finish your um, lunch today, whatever you eat, what is the food for? For energy, right? So everything that you eat, no matter carbohydrate or egg or meat, fat, whatever you eat, in order for your body to utilize it, become energy, they have to turn it into sugar, glucose. That is the only thing they can turn to glucose. So sugar, it is very, very important fuel for our body. Don't say sugar is bad, okay? Maybe another topic, why people demonize sugar, okay? But the point is, whatever you eat, they have to turn it into sugar and change it into energy. They call the process is cellular respiration. You can say it, cellular respiration. So there are 3 steps, okay? I'm not asking you to learn biochemistry today, but I just want to let you know this process, they take 3 steps. They call it um, glycol, uh, glycolysis and Krebs cycle electron transport. Forget about the process, but I want you to point to one process, the last process, they call it electron transport. And I will make it bigger for you. This is the 3 step, but I want you to point to the last one, the green color right there. They call it electron transport. In this process, there are many, many complex protein, but there is one that very specific, they call it cytochrome. The one that orange red color here. They call it cytochrome. Cyto, it means cell. Chrome, it means color. Cytochromes, the complex, the cell that recognize color. Color that they change into high energy. Now, my question to you, where is the color come from? If the color changed to high energy, then the color, what is exactly that comes from our food. Because this is the process of food change into energy. In your cell, in your mitochondria, there is a cytochrome that change the color into high energy. Where is the color come from? Of course, from the food. If you eat the brown dead, deep frying, baking, and all the, cooking, you destroy all the color, what do you get? Brown color. One color. One energy. But if you supply yourself with all this color, you have orange, you have purple, you have green, white, yellow, or red, multicolors, a lot of energy they will produce, right? Okay. And also we'll look later what is in the food actually it become our medicine. And also the herbal one. Okay? You see the beautiful color, the yellow, the pink, the lavender variety color. You get all this, Okay. Now, what is in the color? They call it phytochemical. Scientists, name them many, many names. Like quercetin, flavonoid, beta-carotene, lycopene. They're pretty name. But thousands of them. How many do you think science can prove? They can prove everything of it, the name of it? No. So because they cannot name every single one of them, they just call it phytochemical. These things, it is acting as an antioxidant too. Okay, so what is that antioxidant? So there is oxidative stress, right? What is the oxidative stress? So there is an oxygen, there are two hands of the oxygen that make the oxygen stable. But they're missing one of the hand of the oxygen. So when oxygen only have one hand, they are very reactive. They go to the healthy cell to bother them, to grab them, and then they chew them and they destroy them. Where the oxidative stress come from? From the air we breathe, maybe the chemical in our food, in water. We cannot avoid it. It is all around us, even happen in our body. When there is an infection in our body, they produce oxidative stress. So normally, our body will produce the antioxidative stress to neutralize them. If only you supply your body. But if you don't supply it enough, and then your body will be depleted by the oxidative stress. So this is a kind of illustration. A good tomatoes, and there's an oxidative stress, and they cripple the tomatoes and they leave it broken like that. The same thing in your body. So let me go back to that slide. So what is this antioxidant? It comes from the food that you eat, the phytochemical that you put in your body. So this one, the antioxidant, like the vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, they are all kind of antioxidant. They will give one of their hand to cover up the lack of the thing that in this oxidative stress. They always giving like that. Giving and giving and giving. No matter how much this antioxidant giving, they never lack of. But the oxidative stress, they always needy, always wanting, never be enough, never thankful, never satisfied. That is oxidative stress. And now my question to myself and to all of us, do we have the character like oxidative stress? Always wanting, always needy, always feeling unthankful, unsatisfied. They always want more, want more, want more. But the antioxidant, the phytochemical, the always giving, always care, no matter what. Here you go, here, always giving. Who is the one that always giving? Jesus is always giving. He gives his life for us. Antioxidant, the power is in the plant. So this guy named Thomas Seyfried, he wrote this book. It's about cancer. But what I got from him, it say like this. Every disease, no matter what kind of disease, there is a commonality. The oxidative stress happen in the mitochondria. Remember, the mitochondria is the power one that produce energy. It's just like your car, the machine that produce, so they can move the car, the engine. That is the mitochondria in our body. So the question is, if there is oxidative stress, the free radical in the mitochondria, what happens? Can your body produce energy? Cannot, right? So how important it is to supply our body with the thing that we're supposed to, not with all this processed food, not with all these colored drinks, not all this the food from the bag like chips, Cheetos, and you name all the junky food. That they already destroy all the phytochemical. I don't want to bring some like fancy thing, but what I want to encourage you to look around you, that the Lord already provide for us without knowing it. So I want you to open your eyes, look in your garden, look your surrounding, that, without making an effort to grow them, it's there for you. So number one is purslane. Purslane grow in your sidewalk. I didn't know that before. I even kick like this. It bother my, grow in my garden and I destroy it. You know what? This is the highest omega-3 among the plants, the vegetables. Compared to collard spinach and purslane, the highest omega-3. Magnesium, it give me a goosebump. Because when I say, man, every 100 grams of raw, it supply you 300 to 400 milligram omega-3. Why do we have to buy from the bottles with expensive price? You don't even know what they feel in it. From fish that eat they clean up the ocean. When the industry dump their garbage to the ocean, they are the one that eating it. The toilet from our house go to the ocean and the fish eat it. And then you say omega-3 from them. Come on. Get your purslane. Okay? So take care of your garden. When you see them, don't destroy it. And tastes really good too. Like sweet and sour, crunchy. Put it in your salad. You can eat it raw, you can cook, you can anything you want. But when I found them, I just grab it, shake, and in the water, and eat it crunchy. Okay? Now, you don't look purslane the same again. Okay? Cultivate it. God forbid, but who knows? The truck is not coming to the city to bring the food. You see the purslane, harvest it. What is this? Dandelion. I just heard the pastor today. It say the parking or whatever, it's not nice because of the dandelion. Dandelion is the highest vitamin A, higher than carrots. 220 something percent. The best source of vitamin A. It's not only that. They high in magnesium, potassium. One of the occasion, this patient had surgery and then had an edema in his ankle. And I say, get the dandelion. Make the dandelion, just the flower at that time, and then make a tea. In 2 hours, the swelling is gone. So if you know somebody with like edema, the ankle, boil the dandelion, give it to him, drink it. Liver support, kidney support. That is anti-diuretic. Better than medicine. I don't want to mention it here. I don't want to promote one of those. But if you know, like the hypertension, medicine, better than this one. You know what? The doctor sometimes say, when you taking this medicine, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat that. You know why? Because they will magnifying, they will double the action of the medicine. So, for example, you are in you take high blood pressure medicine, and doctors say don't eat garlic, don't eat this herb, don't take this. Why? Because your blood pressure can be dropped down because it's double, right? Now my question to you, if this herb can lower your blood pressure, why don't you pick this one instead of the chemical one, right? Now you answer it for yourself. But here's the thing about dandelion. The whole plant, from the flower to the leaves to the root, they are all medicinal. I have the sample of the plant for you to look later. If you see all this yellow, okay, how do I identify? Because there's so many yellow on the ground, right? The leaves is kind of serrated, have a teeth. And the flowers, there are so many yellow flowers, but the one that you remember, the stem is just like a straw. If you cut it, you can use it like a straw. Yeah, there is no other flowers like a straw except dandelion. So if you see dandelion, harvest them, dry it. If you don't use it right away, dry it for some later use. Maybe for winter. My refrigerator is packed with, I dry it, but I put it in a refrigerator, packed with dandelion for some winter when they are not in the ground anymore on winter and you have it there. I say like this, man, when COVID hit, why people don't use this, to boost their immune system, to give them nourishment and things like that. So, you know now, right? Don't look dandelion the same again. This one. If you go to the parking lot right now, probably this plant is there. Grow everywhere. You know what I noticed? The plant that really super food, nutritious, medicinal, grow everywhere like crazy. You don't need to water them. You don't need to take care of them. One that I say like this, the Lord make them grow so easy so we can be supplied by the goodness of this plant. How many people do you think people take care of this plant, take it as a food or as a medicine? Not too many. But here's the thing. When you are constipated, you go buy psyllium husk from the bottle. Am I correct? The psyllium husk made out of this plant. Why don't you just harvest it? Use them. It's grow everywhere. And I tried the leaves. It's kind of a little tough. Probably it is because it's too long outside, too old, and the leaf is tough. A little bitter, but tastes really good. Use them. The leaf, The flowers, the root, they are all nutritious. They are all medicinal. Okay, plantain. It can sometimes plantain, you thought like Spanish banana, the big one. But this one, plantago major. Okay, another one, wild lettuce. Have you seen this grow in your backyard? Wild lettuce, analgesic. Why do you have to take Tylenol if you can take this one? You can make this one as a tincture, as a tea, but because of the leaves is very, very bitter, so people not commonly use for food, but you can use salve. When you have a arthritis, ankle or joint pain, just use this one. It is so simple. Put in the blender and put a little water and strain it, and cook a little in a low to let the water go and the residue, and put a little oil probably, just rubbing to your whatever, the pain, arthritis, joint. Use wild lettuce. This pretty color. You know what it is? Milk thistle. Silybum marianum. It has the perfect herbs for liver support. There is a chemical in it, phytochemical, they call it silymarin, that is really, really boosting your liver to heal. For people who has cirrhosis and, all kind of liver problem, this is number one herbs. And it grow in my garden, not in the garden, but outside the garden, in the bushes around my property. And I say, wow, this is the first time I really see them grow so much. But I have the sample for you to see, but be careful, it's really prickly. And I ask myself, why it is so prickly? Why God made this so prickly? Because it is so much good thing for your health. If it is not prickly, the animal will eat them all. Nothing left for human. So there is a purpose. Okay. Comfrey. I love these herbs. And tonight we're going to demonstrate how to make salve out of these herbs. There is a phytochemical, they call it allantoin, in this herb. They promote cell growth. And I want to give you a testimony. About 2 months ago, my son, he lives in Hawaii, get into accident. Somebody hit him. It was not his fault, but he was in a stop red light. Somebody hit him and, to the ground, and the cheek bruises and the thumb broken. And long story short, the doctor say, you have to do the surgery for your thumb. And I say, his name is Micah. Micah, I'm going to make you salve, comfrey. So I made him salve. I send it. 5 days later from the time from the accident, and he got the salve. And he put the salve into his hand. He opened the brace, the cast. The doctor cast his hand. He opened it. And this is what he said. He texts me, Mama, this is crazy amazing. When he put, after 10 minutes, when he opened the cast, he said very painful. And the finger, the thumb is like crook like this. But after 10 minutes, The pain is gone and the thumb start to open up. 5 days later, he went to the doctor. The doctor say, you don't need a surgery. The bone is healing. This is another testimony. God is great. This is another testimony. This is not mine, but my professor. When he taught us about herbal medicine, he talked about the comfrey. One patient came to him with broken the pinky dangling like that, and he put comfrey. After 3 days, back connected again. Testimony after testimony. And this is one of my clients. She had a ankle issue, swollen, hurting so much. She went to the doctor. The doctor gave her prescription. Didn't work at all. So now they used the comfrey. Before she went to bed, she applied the comfrey. This is what from her mouth. It's not me. But she say when she woke up in the morning, she walked nicely. Healed. God is great. He manifests His love through all these plants. Eat for your health, and also His word you eat every day too. Physical food and spiritual food go together. Okay, so how do you utilize them, right? Enough about herb around you. You can open, you can read the book, maybe we can talk more about it later, but I want to respect your time. So how do we utilize this? From fruit and vegetables, the easiest one that you can find in your refrigerator: cabbage, celery, onion, carrots. Before I moved to a new place where I live now, my neighbor, when I was in Auburn, and she called me, "Oh, Hannah, I want to die because my throat, my chest," she feel like she cannot get up. She throw up, her mouth feel bitter, to the point like he say, "I don't know what to do." And I say, "I'll make you broth." So I made this broth. 4 hours later, she called me, "I feel so much better. I can get up. I can this and blah, blah, blah." And I say, "Praise the Lord, Michelle. It is not me. It's the Lord." And this is my, my tools to reach out others too. Just by giving the broth. And I say, "Yeah, thank you, Anna. Praise the Lord." "Yes." "Can you make me another batch?" And I say, "Okay." But in my heart, make for yourself. I didn't say it, but I say, "Okay, I will do another one." When you have a problem with digestion, don't keep feeding your stomach with all this kind of food. Give yourself like this broth. That really helps. Because all the nutrient from cabbage, there's a glutamine, there is magnesium, potassium, carrots, onion. You name all the things that we already mentioned in the previous slide, the phytochemical, they are all loaded in here. Just imagine when you make 1 cup of tea. You know how you enjoy one tea, just one kind, maybe chamomile tea. You enjoy it. How much more you make tea out of this, which is the soup, the broth, whatever you call it. So utilize them. A very simple, very easy, but it treats any kind of condition. majority of the disease, what happened, we lack of micronutrient, which is vitamin, minerals. That is the problem with our body. We lack of it. Why? The way we eat. We eat all this kind of cooking, destroying food. We destroy all the minerals, the vitamins that our body needs. So let's get back to it. Supply yourself. Okay? So when your kids, hopefully not, but when it sometimes we experience tiredness, sickness. If you experience that, make this, give it for them to drink. Tastes so good. Very, very delicious. And you can drink it the whole day. Supply yourself with mineral nutrient. Why you have to buy vitamin water from the bottle with the pinky color in it? You know what the pinky color? Red 40, blue 5. You name all this, Why don't you just get the color from this natural one? Cough syrup. It is so simple. Just chop the onion and put the honey and then put lemon. Why you have to buy Robitussin? Do you know what they put it in it? Why don't you just do this, the very simple one? It is not only they help with your cough, but they help with other condition too. So when somebody eat garlic, not only, the disease gone, but the other condition too. So one of the member of our church had a problem with hypertension, and I give like the glyceride from herbs, and he say, "Oh, my ankle now is good. I can walk now." Well, that is not my purpose. I treat you. I treat you for the hypertension, but the side effect of this, it heal other condition too. So take really, put it into practice. The very simple one. Sometimes we underestimate because there is no sophistication in it, so we thought it is not important. Okay. We're going to go to the kitchen how to do this later, but another way that we can use these herbs is making glyceride. What is the glyceride? Glyceride, have you heard about tincture? Tincture? Tincture, English. So tincture, whatever you call it. But anyway, if you use alcohol, they call it tincture. But if you use glycerin, they call it glyceride. So the glycerin to replace the alcohol, because I prefer not to deal with the alcohol. It's about preference, okay? I'm not pushing myself to you, hey, you have to use glycerin. It is your own decision. If you want to use alcohol, yeah. Yeah. But alcohol preserve better. They keep the herbs up to 7 years or more. They preserve longer. Then glycerin, maybe up to 5 years. It's still long enough, So, and people, argue, oh, the alcohol, okay. I just want to go to the safe side. Glycerin's good for me. Okay. So, how do you do this? And if you want this slides, I can send it to you. I can email it to you, or I can email it to the church, and the church will distribute it to you. And Sister Shirley Palar will help us with the salve, how to make salve today. And so this is going to be the last slide. Look around you. There are so many plants around you that you can utilize them. They are nutritious, they are medicinal, they are free, and they are safe. And how to utilize them? You can use them, make soup, make tea, make glyceride, make tincture, save it for tomorrow, for one next year, for 2 years, for 7 years. There are so many ways to utilize them. So I hope this helped, and may the Lord give us His wisdom that we can utilize what God already provide for us.